Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builder Supply. This video is to bring you a closer look at the AJW. This is their part number U1314 recessed unidor liquid soap dispenser. Let's remove it from the packaging and take a closer look at this model. See what it's all about here. Typical AJW packaging where they're cutting things from larger boxes and sticking foam insulation in there. Let's get this pulled out. Okay, recessed. Obviously, we have a peel-away protective film here just to handle that right up front. I've had people call and say, that hardware, that specimen cabinet you sent me is all scratched, it's damaged. I says, well, that's impossible. Well, it's not impossible, but turns out it was just the peel-away protective film that the client didn't pull back. Okay. Clean looking item in the sense that it seems, you get the impression that it's well made, weighs 3.9 pounds. The keys are taped up here at the top, and let's get that pulled off and take a look at the inside of the unit. Important to know that it's a liquid soap dispenser, as that's what the valve, okay. A key and installation screws is everything that's in there. Pull that off completely. All right, so installation screws. There are 4 of them. Just put those aside. This is an HL250 key. There's a link down below this video to typical disc tumbler, not the disc tumbler style cam lock is what it is. There is also a link below this video to that replacement lock. It's an L2 lock. Okay, so what we have here is, of course, just a removable. It ought to be removable soap container, probably a polyethylene soap container. They say it's a molded translucent Lexan tank is what it is. So before I go any further, I do want to see if this is removable. It's definitely not. Okay, yeah. Well, ultimately it is, but the soap valve obviously runs through there, so you'd have to remove that prior to getting that out. Why might you want to do that? Well, standard maintenance is going to call out. Best practice would be every time you change soap, you're going to flush everything out with warm water is what you're going to do. Get the valve completely clean with warm water. Get the soap vessel itself completely clean. How you ultimately go about assuring that it's clean before refilling it with soap is up to you. There is a direct relationship between proper maintenance, flushing out the valve and preventing the soap from coagulating, and life expectancy. With proper maintenance, I've never had someone call and say, "Yeah, I need a new soap valve." Why do you need a new soap valve? Well, because I didn't maintain it, or the soap got hard. I've never had someone call me, "I have cleaned that religiously and it still failed." I've never heard that. So an L2 lock, to back up now, an HL250. An L2 lock. That clip is included with the lock. That spring clip will just simply hold it onto the unit. Sorry. Okay. Just enough to catch the corner of my eye. Now, let's take some dimensional properties, and then we're going to get to the extended description. They have an overall size of 7 1/4. Looks a little bit closer to 7 3/8 by 7, again a quarter, but again 7 3/8. And it has a depth of 3 3/4. I'd say we're closer to 3 7/8. They're saying that you need a wall opening of 6.5 by 6.5 by 3.5. So first the 3.5. Yeah, I'd say you'd be in good shape with that. 6.5. Sure. Yeah, maybe a little heavy on the other dimension. But it'll be right in that range. Regardless of who the manufacturer is of the commercial restroom equipment, I always see a little bit of variation between, the tech sheet and the material when it arrives dimensionally. So that does indeed happen. This is recessed. The only thing you're going to see coming out of the wall, of course, is exactly this trim here. My hand will be the wall. Clean installation, obviously stainless steel. Everything here is going to be stainless steel with the exception of the reservoir, and I'm sure some of the components on the inside of the soap valve. There'll be some non-metallic material in there. I can't say whether or not this is made of brass. I believe that it may be. Holds 34 ounce holds 34 ounce of soap. There is, however, also a link below this video to the replacement soap valve, should that be something that needs to come to pass as well. Not uncommon. Soap valves are very, very common to replace, as are the lost keys, broken locks, things of that nature. Let's switch to the screen view where we can take a look at this item's extended description and supporting documentation. Okay, here's the item that we're looking at, the U1314. Unidor, recessed Unidor liquid soap dispenser. Not really sure what Unidor refers to, except it might just be a reference to the design of the bent-over pan-style shape of the door, along with its continuous pin and barrel style hinge. This is recessed, 18-gauge stainless with a number 4 finish. Refill indicator, and that is that slot that's right there that you can see into the translucent soap vessel that's inside. Spout is finished in a highly polished chrome over brass. Yes, that makes sense. Brass-based material with a polished chrome. Holds 34 ounce of liquid or hand sanitizer. Lock, key, soap valve reference will be here as well by the time you're seeing this video. All of this data is going to be on our tech sheet here. And this is handy because it will be a way for you to review all of the technical specifications along with the dimensional properties. Okay, if you're installing this in a application that requires, it's right there, U001, that requires compliance with ADA. Now they do indicate the U001 is the soap valve. I don't believe that this is the soap valve for that because this is the -P25. So we will have that sorted out by the time we get to, by the time you see this video, that link to the soap valve will be there. Pin tumbler lock, as we discussed earlier. Dimensional properties, capacity. Coordinate installation with architect and contractor to avoid interference. What I was about to say was compliance with ADA requirements is also, of course, crucial. There is a link to the ADA standards for accessible design as seen here. And this is the governing document when it comes to basically the interfacing of those with handicap and public spaces. Obviously, commercial restrooms and public spaces are, front and center in that discussion. So where to place items, you can be confident that everything listed in this document will get you in the right direction with where to place material. You might say to yourself, okay, well, at what height do I put that? And you can just search this document. I'm just searching by grab bar, and you're going to get to all of the instances where it occurs, and actually we just clicked over it. Dispensers. Okay, really, really great. If toilet paper dispensers, etc. And as you were to continue to scroll through that paragraph, you'll see that 48-inch maximum above the floor for toilet tissue dispensers. Grab bar must be 33-inch minimum and 36-inch maximum above the finished floor. So really great information that's in here. So no reason to operate without knowing exactly where to put the material, as the document is there for your review. Let's get rid of those documents. Okay. For best performance, use pre-mixed low concentrate solutions. Dispensers should have periodic maintenance performed to ensure the life of the dispenser. Rinse out the globe and the valve with warm water to avoid sludge buildup. That 5 minutes of labor is worth the cost of the entire unit, or at least the valve itself. Okay. Now let's go back to the item that we're working on here. It's product brochure, and that's handy because it will allow you to review all things soap dispensers from AJW, and the U1314. Not having luck with that. Yeah, our viewer is being a little funny. So U1314, I do not see listed here at all. Well, actually, I may have it listed. Right, yeah, right here. So the 1304 is going to simply be a larger unit. 56 fluid ounces. The smaller U1314, which is the item that we're working on, smaller size, smaller capacity. The U128, the U129 are by far the absolute most common soap dispensers that we sell from AJW. The difference is there are 4 possibilities. That is based on a total of 2 options that are available in 2 different sizes. Capacity on the globe, 16 or 34 ounce, length of the spout, 4 or 6 inch. Okay, and your part number is built down here. Absolutely the most common, period, end of sentence. This powdered material, we sell that every once in a while as well. Powdered soap is pretty inexpensive, and I think in industrial applications you're going to continue to use that. But also, it's not powder soap, it's also material that's going to cut through heavy material a little bit better, like a pumice-based type soap that's going to cut through grease and caked on dirt. If you're working in a mechanic shop, your hands are eternally covered in stuff that's just hard to get off. You might need a little more, you might need some more industrial grade soap. That powdered version just basically is a dispenser. You push the spring-loaded lever back, and out comes a certain portion of the material that you're dispensing. Foot operated, we sell those to medical colleges all the time, it seems. Then there's a link to the manufacturer's page here where you can pull up not only all of the AJW products that we sell, but also a link to the manufacturer's website, as well as a link to the full product catalog. Other encyclopedic documents, such as that ADA standards for accessible design, are listed here. Their warranty page is listed here as well. Okay, little doodad I did about different anchors available from AJW as well. Let's wrap up this video on camera. In conclusion, nice quality product that you're going to see here from AJW. I would have no hesitation about using this item specifically. It does seem very well made. I did not demonstrate to you earlier the hinge, and I'd like to do so now because that's a very important part of the unit. You can see evidence of it right there behind us. But we can also see it here. Our soap globe is in the way. Spot welds along the length down the unit. Okay, nice clean appearance. You don't really see evidence of those spot welds until you look at the side. This hinge is what would we call this? This would be called maybe a mortise hinge. Yeah. Special little L angle on that to give you an area into which that you can mount the material. It looked like that was that guy on the sorry, I was passing a note to someone. Small distraction there, I apologize. So I was saying that I wouldn't hesitate to consider this product. Seems very well made is what I'm driving at there. Now, that link below this video would allow you to get to that product catalog, and that'd be nice because you can review all things commercial restroom equipment related from AJW. They have a nice offering of products. They have a... depends on who you speak to. AJW is very proud of their product line. I am too. I must admit, I've never had any sort of very strange problems with their material. And what I mean by that is, we'll sell some soap dispensers to someone, and it happened a couple of years ago. Client said, the stainless is rusting. Okay, so a very common thing that occurs in the world of commercial restroom equipment is using material that has a pH value that is way outside of what the chemistry of what the stainless can handle. Client was adamant that the product that they were using was generic and run-of-the-mill, and after a lot of back and forth with the client, after initially speaking with the manufacturer, they ultimately failed or deferred or declined the opportunity to send us the MSDS sheet of the item. But nonetheless, I saw the soap dispensers, and they were absolutely, it looked like it was rusting. So I don't know what was being run through there. And in fact, actually, what the client put, and this was maybe 3-4 years ago, I guess, the client did send us an MSDS, and the factory literally was able to confirm there was no chemical incompatibility between what this MSDS is and the material. I've never had such an occurrence with AJW. If you're looking for good value, if you're looking for a good range of products and people there that genuinely want to help, they might be a good match. They, as all commercial restroom equipment manufacturers, have a lead time. Plan ahead. A lot of what they do is made to order. A lot of what they do is in stock as well, but there's always a lead time. You know, it's not that it's not sitting on the shelf. It's the 500 orders in front of ours that have to get filled first. One thing that we sell a lot of from AJW, other than those U1314, U1314 series vanity mounted soap dispensers, are grab bars that are 72-inch in length. We stock those. We sell those all the time. 72-inch in length is a great size that's used in a lot of different applications, even residential applications. For clients, it will have mounting posts at the end and then one mid-post as well. Any questions on the U1314 recessed soap dispenser from AJW or any other AJW product, please feel free to reach out to us. And thank you.